Welcome to Edith Stoic, your space for raw conversations and life lessons. Life doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with experiences, messy, beautiful, and full of lessons. Whether you're navigating career challenges, relationships, or self-discovery, this podcast is here to remind you that you're not alone. Hit subscribe, and let's grow together. Because life isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions. Let's begin. 7 life lessons I wish I had known before 30. These are not feel-good advice or cliché motivational quotes. These are raw truths that might make you uncomfortable, but they are absolutely necessary. These lessons may challenge everything you've always believed, which is exactly why they matter. If you're tired of the outdated beliefs society has imposed on you, keep reading. I'll help you rethink everything you once thought was true about life. I used to believe things like, as long as you chase happiness, life will be fulfilling. Family is always the strongest support system. Love can overcome all obstacles. But reality taught me otherwise. I've come to realize that there are truths most people don't want to admit, yet they are the most important ones for living a fulfilling life. After years of chasing the wrong dreams and clinging to toxic relationships, I had no choice but to change how I saw everything. 1. Happiness is overrated. We live in an age obsessed with happiness. Everywhere we turn, we are told that to be successful, to be fulfilled, we must be happy, always happy. But what if this obsession is misleading us? What if the pursuit of happiness is not the key to a meaningful life, but a distraction from what truly matters? Happiness, by its nature, is fleeting. It is not a permanent state but an emotion that ebbs and flows, like waves in the ocean. Yet society conditions us to believe that if we are not happy all the time, something is wrong. This illusion creates unnecessary pressure and inevitable disappointment. The more we chase happiness, the more it slips through our fingers, leaving us anxious and dissatisfied. Worse yet, the demand to be happy often forces us to suppress the very emotions that make us human. Sadness, frustration, and even boredom serve a purpose. They push us to reflect, to grow, to adapt. Imagine a life devoid of struggle or pain. Would such a life be truly fulfilling? Would it hold any depth? True personal growth does not come from an endless state of joy, but from overcoming adversity, embracing discomfort, and finding strength in hardship. History's most impactful figures did not seek happiness as their primary goal. They sought purpose. They embraced struggle, leaned into challenges, and found fulfillment in the pursuit of something greater than themselves. Viktor Frankl, the Holocaust survivor and psychologist, famously argued that meaning, not happiness, is the key to a fulfilling life. Those who endure suffering with a sense of purpose often find themselves stronger, more resilient, and ultimately, more at peace. Another danger of idolizing happiness is that it leads to empty gratification. People chase material wealth, social approval, and fleeting pleasures, hoping to unlock a lasting sense of joy. But this endless pursuit creates an insatiable appetite, always seeking, never satisfied. What if, instead of constantly striving for happiness, we focused on something deeper? What if we prioritized meaning, connection, and self-mastery over momentary pleasure? The truth is, happiness is not a destination. It is a byproduct of a life rich in purpose, challenges, and meaningful connections. Ironically, the moment we stop chasing happiness is often when we find it naturally woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. 2. Family isn't everything. We are often told that family is the most important thing in life. Society romanticizes the idea of unconditional love and unwavering support from those bound to us by blood. But what if this belief, ingrained so deeply in our minds, is not always true? What if clinging to the notion that family is everything keeps us from living authentically and finding true fulfillment? The harsh reality is that not all families are nurturing, and not all relationships within them are healthy. Some people are born into toxic environments, surrounded by individuals who drain their energy, suppress their growth, and make them question their worth. Yet, the world tells them to endure, to forgive endlessly, to remain loyal to a connection that brings more pain than peace. But should we really sacrifice our well-being just because of shared DNA? Family should be about love, respect, and mutual support, not obligation, guilt, or suffering. There is no virtue in tolerating manipulation, emotional abuse, or toxic patterns, simply because society tells us that family comes first. If a relationship, family or otherwise, constantly diminishes you, it is not one worth holding on to. True belonging is not determined by blood but by connection. Some of the most meaningful relationships in life come from those who choose to stand by us, not because they have to, but because they truly care. Friends, mentors, partners, and even strangers can sometimes provide more love and support than those we were born to. Choosing our family, rather than accepting the one assigned to us by birth, can be one of the most liberating decisions we ever make. Let go of the pressure to maintain relationships that hurt more than they heal. You have the right to walk away from people who do not respect or support you, even if they are family. Build your own circle. Surround yourself with those who lift you up. And remember, family isn't everything. Love, respect, and authenticity are. 3. You don't deserve anything. One of the harshest yet most liberating truths in life is this: you don't deserve anything simply because you exist. The world does not owe you success, love, or happiness, no matter how kind, talented, or intelligent you are. Life does not guarantee you rewards just for showing up. This may sound discouraging, but in reality, it is the key to personal power and growth. Many people go through life believing they are entitled to something: a good job, a loving relationship, or recognition for their efforts. When these expectations are not met, they feel betrayed, as if life has been unfair to them. But fairness is an illusion. The universe does not operate on fairness, it operates on cause and effect, effort and persistence. The moment you accept that you are not entitled to anything, you free yourself from the victim mentality. You stop waiting for the world to give you what you think you deserve. And instead, you start creating your own path. Success is not something you are given. It is something you earn. Happiness is not something you are owed. It is something you cultivate. Love is not a right. It is something you build through connection and understanding. History is filled with stories of individuals who overcame great obstacles not because they were entitled to success, but because they refused to give up. They understood that nothing worthwhile comes easily, and instead of resenting life for its hardships, they embraced them as challenges to be conquered. When you let go of entitlement, you stop wasting time complaining about what you don't have and start focusing on what you can create. You shift from expecting to earning, from wishing to doing. This is where true strength is born. No one owes you anything, but that is not a curse. It is a call to action. Your life is yours to build. Instead of asking, "Why don't I have this?" start asking, "How can I make it happen?" That is the mindset that separates those who dream from those who achieve. 4. Love isn't enough. We grow up believing that love is the ultimate force, the answer to all problems, the magic that will hold everything together. Movies, books, and fairy tales tell us that if we just love enough, everything will work out. But reality teaches us a harder truth. Love, on its own, is not enough. Love is powerful, but it is not a cure-all. It cannot fix deep incompatibilities, heal wounds that are constantly reopened, or sustain a relationship when respect, effort, and commitment are missing. Too many people stay in unhealthy relationships because they believe love should be enough. They hold on, hoping that if they just love harder, things will change. But love without mutual growth, understanding, and shared values is like a fire without fuel. It will burn out, no matter how intensely it started. A successful relationship demands more than just love. It requires trust, the kind that remains even in moments of doubt. It requires communication, the willingness to truly listen, not just hear. It requires effort, not just in grand gestures, but in the small, daily acts of care and patience. Love is the foundation, but it is the work, the sacrifice, and the shared vision that keep it standing. Think of the relationships that have failed despite deep love. Love did not save them because love alone was never meant to. There must be respect, alignment of values, and the ability to navigate life's challenges as a team. There must be space for growth, both as individuals and as partners. Love cannot compensate for consistent neglect, nor can it erase fundamental differences in who we are and what we need. The most painful lesson is realizing that sometimes walking away is an act of love. Loving someone does not mean staying when the relationship is destroying you. It does not mean sacrificing yourself in the hope that love alone will fix everything. True love, at its core, is not just about passion. It is about partnership, about choosing each other every day, not just in moments of joy, but in the face of reality. Love is beautiful, but it is not enough. And once we accept that, we begin to understand what truly makes relationships last. 5. Success is subjective. We grow up being taught a singular definition of success: wealth, status, power, and recognition. Society paints a picture of a successful life, a high-paying job, a luxurious home, and the admiration of others. But what if this definition is flawed? What if success is not a fixed destination but a deeply personal and evolving journey? The truth is, success looks different for everyone. For some, it's building a thriving business. For others, it's raising a loving family, mastering a craft, or simply living a peaceful and content life. There is no universal benchmark, no singular finish line. And yet, many people spend their lives chasing a version of success that was never truly theirs to begin with. One dictated by social norms, parental expectations, or cultural pressures. This blind pursuit often leads to emptiness. People climb the corporate ladder, accumulate wealth, and achieve external milestones only to realize they feel unfulfilled. Why? Because they never stopped to define success on their own terms. They were chasing an illusion, an image that society glorifies but may not align with their values, passions, or desires. Some of the most content and fulfilled individuals are not those with the most money or fame, but those who live authentically. They have the courage to break free from societal expectations and carve their own path. They prioritize what truly matters to them, whether it's creative expression, personal growth, meaningful relationships, or making a difference in the lives of others. Success is not about meeting an arbitrary standard. It is about aligning your life with your values, doing what brings you fulfillment, and living in a way that feels meaningful to you. The moment you stop measuring success by someone else's ruler is the moment you truly begin to live. So ask yourself, what does success mean to you? Define it, embrace it, and pursue it unapologetically. Because at the end of the day, the only definition that matters is your own. 6. Forgiveness isn't always necessary. We are often told that forgiveness is the key to inner peace, that we must let go of resentment in order to move forward. But what if forgiveness isn't always the answer? What if, in some cases, the pressure to forgive does more harm than good? Forgiveness is powerful, but it is also deeply personal. It should never be forced or treated as a moral obligation. The idea that we must always forgive, regardless of the pain inflicted upon us, can be toxic. It suggests that our healing depends on absolving those who hurt us, rather than on setting boundaries and reclaiming our power. The truth is, some wounds run too deep for forgiveness. There are betrayals, abuses, and injustices that leave scars no apology can erase. In these cases, forcing yourself to forgive can feel like dismissing your own pain, like pretending the damage never happened. But healing doesn't require pretending. It requires honesty. Sometimes, the healthiest thing you can do is accept the past for what it is without feeling obligated to make peace with those who wronged you. Moving on does not always mean forgiving. It means refusing to let resentment define you, while still honoring the truth of your experiences. Great thinkers throughout history have recognized this. Marcus Aurelius taught that we have power over our own minds, not over the actions of others. Nietzsche argued that overcoming suffering requires strength, not forced reconciliation. These perspectives remind us that healing is not about excusing others. It is about choosing ourselves. Of course, forgiveness can be a gift, both to ourselves and to others, when it comes from a place of genuine understanding. But it is just one path to peace, not the only one. There is also strength in walking away, in refusing to allow harmful people a place in your life. So, if you are not ready to forgive, or if you never will, that's okay. Your healing is not dependent on someone else's redemption. Sometimes, the most powerful act of self-love is knowing that you owe no one your forgiveness. You only owe yourself peace. Said, time is your most valuable asset. In a world where people chase wealth, power, and recognition, there is one asset more valuable than all: time. Unlike money, time cannot be earned back. Unlike possessions, it cannot be replaced. Every second that slips away is gone forever, making it the most precious resource we have. Yet, paradoxically, time is often the asset we waste the most. We live as if time is infinite. We procrastinate, delay our dreams, and spend hours on distractions that add no real value to our lives. We tell ourselves that one day we will start that project, pursue that passion, or spend more time with the people who matter. But what if that one day never comes? What if we wake up one morning and realize that our greatest opportunities have already passed us by? The hard truth is that life does not wait for us to be ready. The longer we hesitate, the more we lose. Look around, and you will see people who trade their time for things that do not fulfill them. They spend years in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and habits that steal their potential. They convince themselves that they have time to spare, but in reality, they are slowly running out. The difference between those who live meaningfully and those who merely exist lies in how they value their time. Great minds throughout history have understood this truth. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, reminded us that you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Steve Jobs famously asked himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? Those who achieve greatness are those who refuse to let time slip through their fingers. They prioritize what truly matters, cut out distractions, and live with urgency. The most empowering realization is this: you are in control of how you spend your time. Every day is a chance to build, to learn, to love, to create. Every moment is an opportunity to invest in something meaningful. Do not wait for the right time. There is no such thing. The time to act is now, because once it's gone forever. There's no universal formula for life, but there are certain truths that everyone will have to face. The sooner you realize them, the better your life will be. Start applying these lessons today so you won't look back with regret. If you found this video valuable, hit like to support the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.